Hey everyone, I'm Ron and Todd, a professional YouTuber who makes professional videos. And it's Tuesday, which means it's time for another Transformers review. So here we go. This is WFC-S30 Caliburst. He was released in the Battlemaster size class as part of Wave 3 of the War for Cybertron Siege Toilet. So yes, this week we begin our journey into Wave 3. We don't have very many Siege figures left, so yeah. So, as with every Battlemaster, Caliburst turns into some sort of weapon. In his case, Caliburst is a gun, which the instructions call the oxidation cannon. And for once, it's a weapon name in Siege that actually makes sense. So if you've ever seen Transformers Dark of the Moon with Sentinel Prime's Rust Cannon, I'm assuming that's what this Oxidation Cannon would do. As with every Battlemaster figure, its primary purpose is to be held in weapon mode by any other Siege figure. The back of the card shows him being held by Siege Starscream. I don't have Siege Starscream, but I do have one of the Siege Seekers. So, we'll show him off here with Hotlink. Because one, he's a redeco of Starscream, so whatever, and two, their color scheme kind of matches. I don't display my Caliburst with Hotlink because Hotlink already comes with Battlemasters of his own. He was sold in a 3-pack with Heatstroke and Heartburn, which I won't be showing off in any great detail. That's for the... I'll save them for when I review Hotlink. So I normally display my Caliburst with Shockwave, just because again their color scheme kind of matches and it looks good. But here he is being held by Hotlink. You can give your Hotlink an extra gun. And as with every Battlemaster figure, he comes with an accessory designed to kind of augment the weapon mode. One of these blast effect pieces. And this is probably one of my favorite blast effect pieces in the entire line. I still prefer Blowpipe's little effect because it has a little like muzzle flare ring thing. And that looks a lot cool, and a lot cooler when you put it on a gun. But I like this because you can see it has this thing on the front, which is like the energy beam, and then this here, which is like the little trail it leaves or whatever after it leaves the gun. And so you can just attach it to his gun barrel, and it just sits there on the end, and it looks like it's shooting something. There he goes, Hotlink. He's shooting the camera. Pew. If there's one complaint I do have about this little effect piece, it's that this piece here, it's pretty thin, and this being made out of soft plastic, it kind of droops. It's not really a problem I've had too much, but it droops a little. It's not really that noticeable, but whatever. If this figure looks familiar, that's because he is in fact a redeco of Blowpipe. Of course, they have different effect pieces, but the mold itself is the exact same, just in different colors. As you can see here, Blowpipe, who I reviewed a long time ago, it's the same exact gun, just in blue. He has the barrel at the end, like the big barrel and the smaller barrel. In fact, they are both compatible with the other figure's effect part. As you can see, they are pretty much identical, just apart from color. And I'll be comparing them again once I get to the robot mode. And so now that we're done with his alternate mode, this being a Battlemaster figure that came on a card, I don't have the packaging to show you, so we'll just move on straight to the robot mode. So here's Caliburst in his robot mode. As you can see, it is pretty much identical to Blowpipe. but we'll do more of a comparison here in a bit. We're going to need to take a look at his articulation first. So he does not have any sort of head articulation. He has ball joints at the shoulders, so he can move them all the way around and out a bit, and then ball joints at the hips, so he can move his leg out a bit, forward, and back. And that's really it for his articulation. It's a really basic figure. So we need to address the question of who this guy is, because he's a pretty obscure character in Transformers lore. And so basically, as with his pal Blowpipe here, Caliburst was one of the Target Masters that was released as part of the original 80s Transformers toy line. And in the original toy line, he was pretty much exactly as he is now. A tiny robot that turns into a gun designed to be held by a larger figure. He had a different color scheme, I believe, but it was the same kind of concept. And in the original toy line, he was partnered with the Decepticon Slug Slinger. If you have Titan's Return a Slug Slinger, you can even partner these two up, because that figure can hold this guy in his gun mode. I don't have Titan's Return a Slug Slinger, but it's something you can do if you have both. So yes, onto the Blowpipe comparison. This figure has pretty much the exact same paint applications. He has the Decepticon symbol on his the left side of his chest in the exact same position, except it's a little harder to see because the Decepticon symbol is purple and Caliburst's chest is purple. You kind of see a little metallic purple thing right there. Yeah, you can see it. It's just a little purple dot, but yeah, that's the Decepticon symbol. The little eye visor is painted in. On Blowpipe, it's yellow, and on Caliburst, it's red. And then little paint on the face. On Blowpipe, it's this lime green, and on Caliburst, like this kind of orangish yellowish color. Same complaint I have with Blowpipe. The gun mode handle just kind of sticks straight out of his chest. On the Battlemaster Fire Drive, I don't have them down here to show you, but on the Battlemaster Fire Drive, it transforms pretty much the exact same way, and they managed to hide this. So personally, I kind of wish it would have transformed where this would have somehow been hidden away by having the peg on his back and just have it be kind of hidden away, or have it to where this could just fold down and it would just be hidden as his chest or something. So it's not really that noticeable if you look at it from the front, but if you turn it to the side, that just looks weird. As with Blowpipe, this guy does come with one weapon, or one accessory in his robot mode. The gun barrel is mounted on his back. It can be detached, and it can be mounted on the little holes on his arms. This is the exact same gimmick that Blowpipe had, and the Battlemaster Fire Drive has it as well. So if you want to display Caliburst in his robot mode, he has some sort of armament. However, you can't attach the Fire Blast effect piece. It makes him too front heavy, and he just kind of falls over. However, this honestly looks kind of good. I don't know why. Just think about the big black gun on his arm. That looks pretty good. And of course, as with Blowpipe, let me just get that. So as with Blowpipe, you can just pop it back on the hinge, and there you go. See, another thing I have to point out is that just like with Blowpipe, there's a little tab right here on his back, which this is supposed to kind of clip into. It doesn't do a very good job of doing that. It's the same with Blowpipe. There's a little clip, but it doesn't really stay in there. Oddly enough, Heatstroke and Heartburn, which I referenced earlier, they share the exact same mold, and they don't have that problem of this little tab not connecting properly. At least mine don't. So I don't know what was wrong with the earlier versions of the mold, but I guess it got fixed later. So anyway, that was my review of Caliburst. I don't really have that much to say about him because this is just another Battlemaster figure, but overall he's pretty cool. I dig the black and purple paint. That looks really cool. So yeah, so that was my review of Siege Caliburst. Tune in next week as we review another original character, Smashdown. And this has been Rod and Todd signing off.